We are back. I repeat, we are back. Oh, what went off in the chat? Whew. Okay. Right, let's. Are we ready? Some endgame. Let's do the business. Oh, the audio. I need to turn the game back up. Be helpful, wouldn't it? 60. All right. I think I know what ending we're likely to get, so I'm gonna try and manipulate that a little bit, because there's a couple of actions that you can sort of do like right at this end game to manipulate what happens. So I'm gonna save over, and I'm also gonna save into a new save possible, and this is it, point of no return. So we'll do this and then we can boot it back up and we'll go for a different ending. No, it's just to demonstrate another ending to y'all, don't worry. Hoffa, mate, just you wanna watch yourself with them evil laughs, mate. Oh. I forget which doors now work or don't. Why are some of them blue and some of them? Oh gosh. Yeah, so you can see we're in like the other world now. So half points will get fair. I mean, I can't really blame you, can I? Oh yeah.
Mary's going to die? You must be joking.
I'm very sorry.
But you're a doctor. It's your job to heal people. How can you just let her die?
Please, calm down. As her doctor, I promise I'll do what I can. But there's still no effective treatment for her condition.
How long does she have?
I'm afraid I'm not sure. 3 years at most. Perhaps 6 months. It's impossible to say with certainty.
Okay, so I think there is another item in here, but we're not going to pick it up because that activates the other ending, and we don't want to get that yet. We're gonna do that with the second one. Wait, what? You'll see that. The door we just came through like further down the corridor. Like it's playing with us now. Like now we're sat here and like, what is even happening? Like has like, you know, because we get the whole game through James's perspective, we're kind of forced to think, well, like, what's actually been happening this whole time? Are we really able to trust his perspective? It's doing the Scooby-Doo thing. And I think this stuff is absolutely phenomenal. Like, it's so, you know, your ability to try and understand what's happening is just not there. It really is just messing you about. Purely for the sake of the fact that it can. And like, it's not even happening. There is another... Getting all these health stuff's pretty good. There's another bit of ending manip that can be done here though. Oh, I might not get it. Can I just get out? There's another thing we can listen to, but I'm not entirely sure where it is. Like we might have to take the lift out. Yeah, we'll see if we get a third ending, then we get it, I guess. Basement it is. Should have got some more water on that break. What? Yeah, just gonna stand there and keep shooting. What is this? I feel that it was yeah, very good timing. Wow, look at all these health drinks. Big boss fight incoming. So obviously now we're in the Hotel Otherworld. Obviously everything's now different. Hey look! More light bulb in a can. Good job, Bob. Welcome to the dark side. You're all wonderful people. Hey JT, just in time, yeah. We were just discussing the twist. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. I'm not gonna be able to hit this, am I? Yeah, I'm just gonna. Also, I find it fascinating how you try to look at Mary's letter now. Yeah, and there's no letter. I talked about that. First time that happened to me, I was like, what? Is this the true Silent Hill, or is James just realising he's a bad guy? I think it is Silent Hill. Oh, look, some resolution for Angela. Spoke about that at the top of the show. Also, everything's on fire, and that's fine.
I was looking for you.
This is also
You're the
really,
only
like,
one left.
really weird.
Maybe then I can rest. Mama, why are you running away? not my mama.
And after an uncompany battle, the letter's envelope itself disappears completely. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Angela, no.
So I think I'm gonna end up
Thank you
getting
for saving me.
the leave ending. I've tried to manipulate it here to get the in
But
water.
I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it.
Yeah, this is Angela Silent Hill.
I deserved what happened.
I guess we all have our own Silent Hill,
What's
yeah.
wrong?
That's what I was saying. I think everyone has their own manifestations, and that's part of the town, and it's sort of it's a cult background.
No. Don't pity me. I'm not worth it.
Also, probably should have dropped the CW for this, by the way. Exclamation mark CW in the chat.
Or maybe you think you can save me. Will you love me?
Thanks, Bob.
Take care of me? Heal all my pain?
Just hitting that savior complex. James Silent Hill in
That's
the
what I
hotel.
thought.
Very wet. You can hear the water dripping in the hallways, almost like he's drowning in his own misery. Take this for resources as well.
James. Give me back that knife.
No. I won't.
Saving it for yourself?
Again, you know, it's like another like twist
No.
here.
I'd never kill myself.
It's honking wild, yeah. It's truly knocked out the park, yeah, for sure.
It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too. For me, it's always like this.
Mm-hmm. So again, like let's just pull it up for a quick bit of analysis here. So we spoke at the top about Angela's character arc, and like, you know, you may make moral arguments about, you know, whether she did the right thing and avenging herself and that sort of thing, right? But then we get here like, oh, you see it too, so you kind of have to like theory chain here. But you then say, so if we go with the theory that everyone sees their own thing, which is why James sees the monsters, Laura's fine, Eddie saw different things, Angela saw different things, it's like they're all in the same geographical space, but their minds perceive the events around them differently. And obviously the big link that's kind of like a red herring is what you might call it, a rainbow trout, a fish in the percolator, is like the fact that Maria seems to see the same things James does. And that's kind of like to sort of give you this little bit, this tidbit at the end, and you're like, oh, okay, actually I'm not sure what's happening, we can't be sure. And yeah, and again, like the metaphor of ascending stairways, you know, the fact that she's kind of like Angela herself physically is like, do you know what, okay, maybe there is no peace to this, because not only can she not deal with what happened to her, but she also perhaps, I think, struggles with, you know, the fact that she, you know, then committed a serious crime, right? She's pretty much surrendered herself to her misery. It's too much. Yeah. JT knows what he's on about way more than me. You should be doing the Let's Play. And then, you know, because it starts that conversation with, she asks for the knife back, yeah. But she starts the conversation with, oh, like, you know, if she gets rid of the mum as well, that will cease her pain. And she kind of had linked this whole ideology of, well, I can remove the pain, I can surgically sort of like take it out, you know, via sort of violent means. So it's interesting, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. There's more. We can't go up the stairs ourselves. You just get damaged, which is a pretty nifty feature, I think. Banging tunes, by the way. Now, JT, you'll probably know this actually. You can listen to a conversation in a corridor, right? That like is points for the in water ending. Are they even alive, or did they already give into the grief and are now in purgatory? There's, I think, like a genuine theory that like everyone is already deceased. Like it's hinted at that obviously, like with Laura, you know, we know she was in the hospital with Mary. There's a chance that she, you know, had the same terminal condition. We get the conversation here. The whole part with Angela just leaves me gutted. I feel beyond awful for her. Yeah, it's really, really evocative. It's really powerful. You know, it's all about just how much trauma like affects us, right? It's interesting how like you can feel for the characters so deeply with very little actual interaction. You know, there's so much that we don't see. The majority of the game is just James knocking about by himself. I think that's a really, really, really good bit of design. If you're like making your character, I mean, I've played games where I've had like an entire party of characters and just not given a damn about them. Like, so now we can see that, you know, we've gone from water, and they are made up characters, yeah, to everything has now been burned. Much more in line with Angela's. Oh no. Big spook. And again, you can see like how things now look a bit more like the labyrinth again, which is obviously where we kind of encountered. This is funny. Big old. There's like this saying. Final stop. As we saw, I've got the 2 saves though, because I want to go back and pick up that special item for our additional ending that we're going to show you tonight. Funny thing, that part of the 9 saves. Like save, like just, you know, save, like you. Oh, it's on the Japanese box. Oh, that's cool. All right, who's ready for some shenanigans? Let's lock and load. Angela faced herself. Now we must do the same. JT just co-streaming with me here, like bringing it all. Okay, so yeah. Boss fight hype, let's go.
Stop! Leave her alone! Leave us both the hell alone!
They're just not asked, are they really? Third time that she dies. Again, I don't know why he's like so bemused by it. Like he literally has seen her die like twice. I don't. That bit also kind of baffles me a little bit.
I was weak. That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about how like he hadn't killed a human and how he remarks on that with Eddie, and that's a bit like foreshadowing. Alright, so fun fact, you can cheese this fight by just running around for 10 minutes. And I mean like a literal 10 minutes. We got plenty of ammo though, so we're just gonna try and like blast through it. I'm about to get hit. Good dodge, James. You need to use all the cheese strats for this, like only reloading in the menu and stuff. I read that it's just like you can just run around for 10 minutes and that's it, like, and they do eventually just impale themselves. I was trying to beat them with the knife. That's wild, that, you know. I bet. I get one more shot off in this round. It's not like, if you stay moving, this is not, it's not a terribly difficult fight, but it's you know, it's the metaphor, isn't it? That's what we're really after. Because, and I think the reason it's timed is because I actually think it's just timed anyway. Because you're actually pinging the shots. Can be used the knife, especially that hard. Yeah, that's fair. Stick only run. That's the true test. The music is just absolutely like ear piercing here as well. Like, I think like you're not doing damage here, and I think the whole point is that you can't damage them. Like, and like you're there and you're like trying and being awesome as usual. And like you're trying so desperately to, and you can't. It can only be that when your inner misery kind of takes care of itself through self-realization and actualization that you're able to overcome them. That's my personal view of the fight anyway. I could be wrong. Maybe there is some like damage calculation in it or something. I don't know. They move so janky. They get slower as the damage. Oh, okay. So there is a damage calculation in there. Kind of also hard to tell like which is which because obviously they look the same. Oh, yeah, we done. Watch this. They impale themselves, which is interesting. So apparently, like, Pyramid Head won't move anymore. It looks like he's holding something. Rust-colored egg. Scarlet egg. Oh, I 100% did not know you could go back at this point. Can you go all the way back at this point? That's wild. I didn't know you could do that. Wild. Oh, wonder what we do here. I love the way like they put this puzzle in, like just like a. Well, I suppose it's just like stop you leaving early, I guess, or glitching it. Wicked good boss fight though, I'd say that. Like just in terms of like where you are in the music. Oh. well, I'm glad that's over. What the? Door looks a bit freaky, doesn't it? You see the face there? You see that on the door? That's terrifying. I guess what confuses me is why they impaled themselves. I think it's because like James had finally reached the point where he was ready to accept what he had done, and they have no more purpose anymore. And I think that's why. And that's why I say like that's why I think it's probably just time, because it's like, you know, they represent the actualization of him going, actually, maybe I can overcome this. Yeah, he accepted what he did. He no longer feels the need to be punished for his
What do you
sins.
want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Okay, let's listen to this.
I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here. Leave me alone already. I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive. Are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James, wait. Please don't go. Stay with me. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please, James. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not going to die. Help me.
So let's take a quick second for that, right? It's huge, right? Huge plot. Yeah, big sad faces. Like that actually, like I think, as far as I'm aware, actually aligns with like a lot of people's accounts of like feeling, you know, like about themselves, particularly when they're. I mean, yeah, I don't think it ever says what disease has, but it's kind of implied that it is, you know, some sort of like terminal illness, like cancer or something. You know, I don't want to be like a triggering kind of thing for people. I apologize if it is, but like, you know, and that actually is aligned with, I think, you know, people I've known who, you know, have sadly left us because of an illness of the same sort of stature. Phrase "don't leave me alone." It's the second time we've heard it. Maria said the exact same phrase in the basement of the hospital. Or shadowing, yeah. In the basement of the hospital as well, by the way. I really like Super Junior with the 6 months. Absolute legend. Good to see you. The thing for me with like that as well, like I love the fact that it kind of twists the knife on, if you pardon the pun, on the offer. We're trying to theorize on like the, oh, actually I should have the ability to just say I don't want any more treatment, I want to end my own life. But the hospital are making a profit. And like that like for me is, you know, I know like it doesn't necessarily apply as much over here in the UK, right? I forgot that he had that loaded. But like that's a big thing for me. I think it's like you know, because of like big pharma and stuff, like it's like, oh, you know, well actually they just want to keep me going because they're making a profit, and that's like real bold as well. And then that whole go away, and then like you hurt the ones that are closest to you, and then she comes back, and oh man, like yeah, that, like if it can make you feel something, like, oh yeah, it hits especially hard for those like me in the States where our healthcare sucks because money. But yeah, that was like that hits on a whole new level. But ultimately, as James is kind of laying here, we kind of have to leave, because the only way we can begin our journey of recovery is by leaving. Being sick is not just being sick, it can be a financial nuke to you and your family, yeah, particularly in the States. There's that whole joke, isn't, like the meme of like Breaking Bad wouldn't have, like Breaking Bad in the UK. Oh, you have this diagnosis. We'll get you on treatment. There you go. And that's it. That's the show. Like, one episode. Like, no spoilers, but you know. It's raining. We're all like, right, let's go home. That's it. We're done. We're out. Yes, so we're about to get a conversation. This actually heavily impacts what ending we get. I've got a feeling I've tried to gear it towards one of the endings I didn't get, but we'll see. Yeah. Because I think this has like three different outcomes, right? Okay. Yeah, I think I know what ending we've got. So one I tried to gear it for. I got leave first time. I'll explain all these once we're done.
Wrong again. Mary's dead. You killed her.
It's great to see you as well, Super Junior.
Maria?
Have I got leave or water?
I'm done with you.
We'll go through all this once we're finished. But
What do you mean? But I can be yours. I'll
in
be
water,
here for
nice.
you
That's the one I was
forever.
going for.
And I'll never yell at you or make you feel bad.
We'll go through all this. Don't worry.
That's what you wanted.
Now I understand. The problem is, you're not married.
What is Maria though?
No, James. I won't let you. I'll never let you have your Mary back.
Also, yeah, this is like terrifying, by the way. Also, the hospital bed, by the way, excellent bit of design there. Also, camera angle final boss. Uh-oh, that's bad. Oh, tentacle. Oh gosh. Is this one of my Japanese animes? I also love the way like all the windows are open. It's a COVID secure space. Crap. You know, thinking of COVID even back in 2001. Wait, what? Where's it? They do actually take health off, but they are just more of an annoyance than anything. James, mate, actually shoot at the frickin' boss. Ah, James. Yeah, so sorry, this is like really is that like really loud for use? I'm gonna just dial this down a notch. Yeah, I mean we're pretty stacked with all our materials. Yeah, but this boss I can imagine being an absolute pain in the behind on like any other difficulty mode. James, mate, you're gonna even aim. But yeah, this is like I think one of the most scary things in the entire game. Like just what is even going on with that? Like that's actually just terrifying. It really is like James facing his own. You know, you thought pyramid heads were a thing. Well, mate, do you want to aim like at all? That'd be great. Son of a. I'm just doing poorly. Don't mind me. Have you ever done this one with the great knife? He's not even trying to aim at her. Like, the final boss, bud, and you're just there, like, boofing your shots. There we go. This boss fight is, with Maria, is most of the endings, unless, ironically, you get the Maria ending. In that ending, you fight Mary. Yeah, yeah. We will dissect those a little bit more once we are finished with this. This is just taking a while because James is a bad shot, apparently. Oh, well, no more ammo for that one. The music is so good, though. Oh, come on. I also think it's quite symbolic that, like, the attack is from above and, like, it's a tentacle. Like, I think there's visual symbolism in there as well. Very, like, low-key, but... strangulation like he did to her, yeah. James. As you can tell, this fight is a pain in the ass. I do feel like this boss fight goes on for like a little bit long, especially like you've just done like the duo pyramid head fight. Maybe not running so fast. Yeah. Stay real top though. Camera angle is final boss. Oh, good dodge, James. Oh, come on. I was like right next to you. Oh, you're nearly done. There we go. GG. Get them pumpkins in the chat. Also interesting that it's more like one of those box monsters, like one of the beds. Finish with the knife. Let's do it. Just for the lulz. We were being excessively violent there, I'll be honest. Schling schling clued. Okay, ending. Let's let this play. Then we can do a big dissection and we can talk about the other endings as well.
Mary?
I'll turn it back up a little bit for this.
James.
Everybody listen.
Forgive me.
I told you that I wanted to die, James. I wanted the pain to end.
That's why I did it, honey. I just couldn't watch you suffer. No. That's not the whole truth. You also said that you didn't want to die. The truth is, part of me hated you for taking away my life.
Wow.
You killed me, and you're suffering for it. It's enough, James.
Mary?
James.
I'm gonna drop a big content warning for this next bit. Do please look after yourselves, like, but we're not going to discuss it. We're going to dissect, we're going to do the Let's Psychology thing, and then we're going to get another little ending real quick before we finish. A little bonus. Yeah, it's real interesting, like, obviously, in this dream reality, like, you know, James kind of very much removed himself from the actions. Big content
Now I
warning
understand
for
the real reason I came to this town.
suicide and self-harm. Get this out of the way.
What was I afraid of? Without you, Mary, I've got nothing. Now we can be together.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did.
Big sad faces.
Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for.
It's like he didn't read page 2 of the letter.
I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you.
Yeah.
Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Even
this
so,
hits hard.
I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that.
This is delivered so well, by the way.
When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most, especially you, James.
That delivery.
That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, This letter's gone on too long. So, I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me.
So
These
hard.
last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James.
Yeah. Deep breath, everyone. Deep breath.
James, you made me happy.
The delivery. Oh. Then just big dramatic guitar. Right, I'm gonna swing that way down. Let's discuss. Unable to fully move on with the loss of his wife, he puts her body in the backseat of his car and drives it into the lake to end his life. Both atonement and the hope that they can be together again soon. Yeah. So let's break it down. Now that was one of the endings. So that's the second ending I've had, right? It's important to put that in perspective of that. I would say on the main, a lot of people don't get that as the first ending. It's kind of expected, I think, that you get the leave ending. So let's talk about that first, then we can talk about this one, and then we can talk about the others. And then we'll do that. We'll do a bonus one. I'll stay on for a bit longer. I'll sod it. We'll just do it. Yeah, so leave was my first one as well. So in the leave ending, you go out, you beat the boss. The boss looks like Maria, I'm pretty sure. At first, you do the boss. And then James takes Laura, and you get the letter, and it's sort of implied that he goes on to adopt her. That's right? There's no changes to the letter or anything, right? Obviously, the kind of, again, the almost bigger twist is that there's one very subtle detail that most people miss in what there is one change. Oh, okay, please share. But like the whole kind of big twist is that, was the letter real? Did he get it, read the first bit, and not the rest of it? Did he not get the rest of it? Because if he'd got all that, could he just not deal with it? Or last two lines, James, you made me happy. Oh, okay. There's a fade to black before I was read. Oh, okay. So yeah. So in the leave ending, it's kind of just suggested that James has atoned. Implying James didn't die is not knowing that. In leave, there is no long pause. Yeah. So it's like he just, he got the full letter from Laura, maybe it's implied, and that's where he actually realizes and atones and is, he then tries to make a new life. It's so, yeah, I noticed that it kind of like looked watery, as if like he hadn't read it. We also don't know if because the way the game's structured, that he actually picked up the second letter in the hotel and then reads it at the very end, right? So yeah, leave is I think not the most canonical, but I'd say the most common. I'd say a lot of people get it the first time. I mentioned it a few times, but the factors that impact the ending you get is a little bit wild. How much health you have for the majority of the game affects it. Whether you listen to some of those additional conversations affects the point scoring for it. Like there's so many little factors. Guy who played James said Leave was his favorite. And I think it makes the most sense, really, because otherwise, like, Laura's story isn't resolved in this ending. And they're the two most common. The other one you can get is the he said he didn't want to take full responsibility for being the bad guy. Yeah. In the one of the other endings you can get is one I'm going to show you, which is like the special items that we've picked up. There were two sides to the relationship, two sides to the coin. Yeah. Not great stats, to be fair. 209 plus 4. Boat stage, 5 minutes. The boat stage affects the ending. Total damage. We got, what, 5 stars, so not great. I never played for the ratings yet. Save clear data. We'll save this and we'll boot back up that second one. There. But yeah. Full playthrough is on YouTube with the full analysis. The other thing I kind of want to say is, yeah, so the other ending that is like really hard to get, if we're talking kind of dog ending all the way, yeah, it's obviously the dog. The dog ending I can't. So yeah, so the 4 sort of normal endings you saw on the game clear there. So there's Leave in water. We just saw her in water. There is the Maria ending, which apparently you have to make sure she doesn't get hit, never go the wrong direction, go back and check on her in the hospital several times. Some say the UFO, since it's nearly all the games. Yeah. Is there any other conditions for the Maria ending apart from just like make sure she doesn't get hit and check the hospital room several times? I don't think there's any other big factors. But apparently that one's a real faff to get, and in that ending, he decides to leave with Maria. So the boss is Mary. Do not bump into her a lot yet. Make sure she doesn't take damage. Hold on, skip that. Yeah, and then he decides to leave. Do not try to return to the apartment after meeting her. Yeah, because I click continue. Load. Yeah, there's there's a whole sort of few things there, but you know, it flips and flops a little bit. And then they decide to leave together. They find the boss is Mary, but then right as they're getting in the car, Maria coughs, implying that actually is not like. It's difficult because it has to be so specific. Like it's really specific, the things you have to do to get it, so you kind of have to know what you're doing, and then I'll get to that in a sec, JT, don't worry. That's the end that I'm going to show you now, the rebirth ending. And it's just like you know what it's like. The story ending. Sorry, I'm fumbling over my head. I should be up here as well. The kind of meaning of that ending, in my opinion, is that he hasn't really learned his lesson. History is repeating itself. He's going to end up having to do the same things again, because he's not really like atoned for it. He's just kind of gone, well, I've got this new lassie now. The rebirth ending, which I'm going to show you, you can only do from a second playthrough. All the special second items that we picked up, I'll show you now. We'll go through these. Let's turn the volume back up, and we'll just sort of run through this end bit of the game. Let's equip this. So yeah, these items are all special. So Obsidian Goblet, an ancient looking goblet carved from pure obsidian found in the old museum. Snake carved into it. A glass bottle containing milky white anointing oil. Book Lost Memories, a book about the history and legends of this town and the surrounding area. So we can read it. The name comes from the legend of the people whose land was stolen from here. I'm pretty sure I have read this actually. They call this, yeah, I've read this. I read this in a previous video. But yeah, it basically says that there is some history to Silent Hill, which is very evident from, as JT's pointing out, Silent Hill 1. The big stuff that went wrong in Silent Hill 1 was a cult trying to perform a ritual. I think in that one it was to like, I mean, I don't want to spoil Silent Hill 1, but there was a lot of like, yes, we're going to do this mean and evil stuff, because we can, I guess. Also, I forget which way we go now. Oh yeah, it's like left. You do the fun corridor thingy. Get through there, do the lift. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, we can chat. We can chat while we do this. So I need to pick up the other thing. Yeah, giving a respectful nod to Silent Hill 1. You can get the UFO ending, so the blue gem that was there at the beginning that I didn't go near, right? Is whatchamacallit, you have to use that in certain spots in town, and then the game ends early, right? With the UFO, and then it's a big meme that James is abducted by aliens, and that is past the, did I? Oh wait, yeah, it's on the second floor, right? Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Alright. I'm stupid. No, that's down. Headphones room. Oh yeah. What am I doing? It's me because I'm trying to chat and play at the same time. Yeah. So we go pick up the book. The UFO, I think the game ends slightly earlier. You get abducted by aliens. And then the last one, the most canonical, as we've discussed, is the dog ending. You have to get... Hello? James, you want to pick up the book, bud? Bork. Okay, there we go. Crimson Ceremony. Talk about the dog in a sec. Title's Crimson Ceremony. Speak, I am the Crimson One. The lies and the mist are not they but I. You all know that I am one. Yes, and the one is I. Believers, hearken to me. 20 score men and 7,000 beasts. Heed my words, and speaketh them to all, that they shall ever be obeyed, even under the light of the proud and merciless sun. I shall bring down bitter vengeance upon thee, and thou shalt suffer my eternal wrath. The beauty of the withering flower, and the last struggles of the dying man, they are my blessings. Thou shalt ever call upon me, and all that is me, in the place that is silent. O proud fragrance of life, which flies towards the heart. O cup which brims with the whitest of wine, it is these that all begins. Dog ending is for people that are wild, yeah. So to get the dog ending, you have to have got every other ending on one save file. You open the you get to this point, you open the observation room, and whatchamacallit, yeah, you open the observation room and there's a little Shiba in you, and it's like, what? And yeah, it's basically it. And then it's in Japanese as well. I don't think it got revoiced. It's like subtitled, and it's just like Goofy, and he says like, it was you all along, and the dog's just like, I was doing the business. Also, the dog and UFO endings are only on the greatest hits version of the PS2 game, along with Born from a Wish, yeah. And we are going to do Born from a Wish next week. Or the PC port, yeah. So look forward to that. We are not finished just yet. On Halloween's Eve, we're going to be going over the very last bit of the business. Doing Born on a Wish, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, prequel stuff, right? And you play as Maria. And we kind of get to figure out a bit more about her, which is pretty interesting. Lift. Right, we're going to be in water again. I better change weapon. Before we go down. Choose hang on freeze. I remember playing it, but I can't remember a doohickey that happens. I just remember it's pretty short. Yeah, most terrifying thing about that is you don't get the radio. I'm pretty sure you don't actually do that much fighting, because it's like, you know, they dial it up a little bit there. You do some, but you can never hear the monsters coming. Uh-oh. I got a bit lucky. It's pretty short. We should be able to do it in one stream, I think. You also get like a lot for this boss fight. It's very generous. One from which is pretty short. Yeah. I'm pretty sure my game time for it last time was like a couple of hours. So if we take it slow, a bit of analysis, maybe 3. It'll be no longer than I've spent on Silent Hill this week. I'll say that. Bro, pick up the first aid kit. I did immediately play through the game in around 4 hours. Wow. Born from a Wish is an hour. Nice. Pro gamer. Does that tend to split the game up into sections? Only doing a bit each night. Oh yeah, okay, fair. Sip it like wine. Yeah, you got to enjoy a game. That's fine, right? And I think, if I remember correctly, like Maria's story is really interesting, and it does add a lot to the game, which is really cool. I know that's an absolute jam. It's a shame to just walk away from that, but we're in a rush. We don't need a dagger in the heart again. No, we don't. Not more feels. Oh, there's some rifle ammo here, right? Oh, it's health. I mean, it's still good. JT, I feel obliged to ask. You know, don't feel obliged to answer. I'm so thrilled that Donna went on to many great things after this game. Yeah. But like, how do you kind of not conduct, but like what, you know, I'm calling this a Let's Psychology. I'm trying to flex my degrees to be able to explore the game a little bit further. How would you kind of describe the playthrough that you go through? Do you go like heavy into the lore and you're sort of speed running it, or well, running it very, you know, with great efficacy? What kind of style do you sort of go for? I'll save again just in case. Never speedrun. Okay, fair. Just very efficient. Huge difference. Especially now that I've played the enhanced PC edition on PC. It's amazing. Okay. Oh, I mean, a bit of an F there. Yeah, just don't mind me. We'll just do the business. Do so much more when the game's in full 1080p or 4K. Yeah, because I'm playing it on like SCART, remotely upscaled with the enhanced edition mods. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. I mean, not quite as good as the you know, the OG. You know, that's me trying to flex. SCART cable, solid choice. Never really got starts in the skates, yeah. You know what? I think that's really not weird. Uh-oh. About to get hit. No, fine. But our PS does still support SCART, yeah. I think it's weird. Like, I know a few streamers that like use SCART and like that's like an upscale. Like they've genuinely like used that to upscale, and then like it's like, yeah, SCART because it's way better than component, right? Whereas like for me, like we just had SCART in the UK. I don't think we had anything before SCART. Honestly. We just went SCART HDMI. I've used both. So like, yeah, this is SCART. Much more colourful, okay. Through a wee upscaler. And then, you know, HDMI, switchbox, Genki. Tends to be better for PS1. So I think the switchbox I don't think actually does any upscaling, but the game actually, you know, on the stream footage, the games look really good. They look a bit grainy on my screen because they're being stretched and stuff, but that was an ambitious second shot. Only downside of SCART is that sometimes the audio can be a bit buzzy. Yeah, especially if your audio cable's a bit off. Yeah, these boys are nearly done. Yep, they're done. Game, set, and match. Go. Freaking untouchable. Didn't even hit me. Smashed it. Alright, let's do the final boss fight and then we can get this other ending. We can talk about that. And then we're done. Be born on a wish. Next week. There is, however, a way to play that PS1 game that can play in full 4K 10 days though. The program
Mary?
called
What do you want,
Duck Station.
James?
It's open source. It's incredible.
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers.
No, we don't need to listen to that again.
Drugs.
I don't want more feels. Seeing I play Silent Hill 1, it looks better than ever before. That's awesome. Wait, no, wrong way. What am I doing? Suppose I was going to go big philosophical question. What would your Silent Hill look like? Not like you pay, like, you know, not you personally, JT, but like, you know, putting that out to chat. What do you think your Silent Hill would look like? You don't have to discuss, but you just have a little ruminate on it. Have a little think. Okay, so let's do the business. Now, oh, we should just get the rebirth ending automatically, right? I don't need to do anything else. We'll be full of cockroaches for one thing. Oh, I'm allergic to them, okay. For reals? That's pretty... Show it topped up at full health. Yeah, so I get this ending automatically, right? I don't need to do anything else. You just gotta have all 4 of them. Also likely to be overgrown with grass. +42 allergies. That's a bit of yikes. Ah, well, you sound with us over here. James, aren't you awful? Positive for every pollen sample I was tested for. Yikes. Well, you know, for it's worth, JT, you're safe with us. No allergies in chat, so we keep it. Hashtag clean, hashtag friendly, you know. Mine doesn't move. Waterfalls of blood since I've had many nosebleeds growing up as a result. Okay. I feel like you've put some genuine thought into this. So many that need surgery and they'll have to stop them. Oh wow. I appreciate you sharing, JT. We appreciate it. Best surgery I've ever had. Fair. Everyone's just freaking out. Everyone's like, what is going on? Wait until you all see this ending. This is gonna really blow your minds. I feel like I've missed fewer shots with the rifle so far, though, which is handy. Should use one of these 8 million health items I have. Oh, I didn't know we had a frog one. That's awesome. It's not the first time that question's crossed my mind, fair. And this boss has some health, by the way, let's put that out there. Okay, 3 shots. Got that second shot off. Nice. Killer birds would probably be my Silent Hill too. I like birds. I like birds. Super Junior's just emoting. He's like, this will be over soon. Just get the fancy emotes out. Can't wait till I get animated emotes. Get that spinning banana as a wee emote everyone can use. There we go, much quicker. Right, no faffing about. There we go. Right, second ending. Talks me feeling banana. Jeez.
Mary, you look so peaceful. Forgive me for waking you. But without you, I just can't go on. I can't live without you, Mary. This town, Silent Hill. The old gods haven't left this place. And they still grant power to those who venerate them.
Oh, it should be peeling a
Power to
banana. I'm
defy
so
even
blind.
death.
Mate, animating and peeling a banana would be so hard though. I've already got the animated spinning gif.
Mary.
I was just about to ask that, you know, I wonder if you can physically row to it. Yeah, we just got the second ending. So this little island kind of exists. I'm not sure if you can get to it in-game. You know, just debating that. Probably not. I feel like the boat, you know, I don't know how you do the boat thing quick. I don't know, maybe. It's on the map. But there it's kind of implied. You get the special items. You go through and you attempt to bring Mary back to life through satanic ritual. And you get a different song at the end. Banger. Pure banger. But yeah. So yeah, that was a lot. We emotionally kind of went through the mill there. You know, tried to content warn and trigger warn as much as we could. I'll be honest, that like the letter and stuff kind of like really hit me more than I expected. It brought back a lot of things for me. with like loved ones and family members and such who've passed away and stuff, and I didn't quite expect that, but oh wow. Oh, it's like a song backwards. Yeah, we're gonna turn that down. That's no, yeah, that's nah. That's do you have to play Silent Hill 1 to get that reference? I didn't get it. That he was going to try and revive. Honestly, no. I think because I was kind of chatting over it, which didn't help. He's like, you know, the power to defy death. And it's kind of implied through the items that, because I think what happens is you maybe play, and you maybe don't notice the items, and you may be going for another ending, and you pick up the Crimson Book, and it's like a ritual, and then that tells you about the other 3 items. Then it's kind of expected maybe through your next playthrough, you look for them, you pick them up. I kind of knew where they were because I'd wanted to get that ending before. Yeah, the beauty of Silent Hill 2 is that you don't have to have played anything else to get it. As JT's pointing out there, and then yeah, you're good, and you get that end, and then like yeah, you're there ticking them off. Let's skip that because that's creeping me out. So we got Rebirth. Items 209 plus 5. Well, 3 involves a protagonist that you know from 1, so it's a little bit flip floppy. And then the rest are all different. Yeah, 3 relies heavily on 1, and then, well, the rest of the game's really decline in quality after that, right? But yeah, we did it. We did it. So next week, the new game, sub-scenario, Born from a Wish. Next week, we've overrun by like a solid hour or so. So apologies for that. I didn't expect us to take quite as long as we did. We'll be back same time next week for Silent Hill 2. If you watch the stream live, you want to catch the show live, it'll be about 8 PM BST. I don't know what that is elsewise. Thank you for the GGs. I hope you've all enjoyed this Let's Psychology, breaking down the game and really sort of looking under the hood, you know, and while some of the game design, once you kind of look at that, you go, oh yeah. And then the whole sort of thing about like grief and like terminal illness and the questions that we kind of are asked, I think are very, you know, this game came out in 2001, right? Like, it's very cultural, it's very kind of, it's still important nowadays, right? It's still really, this is a big thing. It's something that maybe we don't talk about enough. As I say, it's not all hits. It's a couple of misses. You know, bit at the point, you know, a little bit where like the plot is maybe a little bit weaker, but generally, still one of the greatest games. We are going to have the joy of playing Born on a Wish next week. It's going to be super exciting. I can confirm. But in the meanwhile, we now have to say goodbye to YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Take it easy. Thank you so much for watching with us. We'll come back for the 2 additional, well, bonus episodes for that. So, YouTube, goodbye.